Good morning. This is Euro Game Day Breakfast on talkSPORT, brought to you by The Sun. Follow all the match action and breaking news on the Sun Live blogs at thesun.co.uk. Is former Republic of Ireland striker Tony Cascarino. Alongside me, Natalie Sawyer. Here are some of your headlines as we play a bit of Indaloo this morning.
Neil Diamond before.
Indeed, yeah. We're playing all the hits. All the hits today.
Do you think, Neil Diamond's hits, Love on the Rocks and things like that, if England, would they do the version of England on the Rocks? Or?
Hey, you never know. Here are some of your headlines you're waking up to today. Chris Billam-Smith denied Richard Riakporhe a dream homecoming as he beat his British rival by a unanimous points decision. The reigning champion delivered a controlled performance to successfully defend his WBO even, cruiserweight world title at Selhurst Park. Luke Littler defeated Rob Cross in the final of the Poland Darts Masters to claim his second World Series of Darts title of the year. Only 17 years old, but my goodness, he's having a cracking career, hasn't he, so far? And Brighton have appointed the 31-year-old Fabian Hürzeler as their new manager, making him the youngest ever full-time boss of a Premier League team. The American-born German guided St. Pauli to the Bundesliga 2 title last season by winning 20 of their 34 matches. Our European football expert Kevin Hatchard tells us a little bit more about the new Brighton boss.
Fabian Hürzeler is a man in a hurry. He was promoted to the head coach's role at St. Pauli at 29, completed the prestigious UEFA Pro licence at 30, and now at 31, he's the youngest permanent manager in Premier League history. He took over St. Pauli at a difficult time, with the Hamburg-based club embroiled in a relegation battle in the second tier, but he steadied the ship and kept them up. This season, he delivered a promotion to the Bundesliga that was against the odds. St. Pauli lost just 5 of their 34 games, had the best defence in the division, and finished top of the table. Hürzeler likes to keep possession and attack, and he's a self-confessed fan of his predecessor, Roberto De Zerbi. But he made tactical changes to the St. Pauli side that made them a much more cohesive defensive unit. He's a passionate coach who's no stranger to a tattoo. I'd say his chances of making a permanent mark in the Premier League are pretty good.
All right, that was Kevin Hatchard running the rule over the new Brighton boss then. Don't forget, for more on all those stories, you can head to our website, talksport.com, to read up on them. We always talk about Brighton and the incredible work they put into not just fine players, but managers as well. There weren't many people that knew much of Roberto De Zerbi before he took over a couple of seasons ago. And this feels as though they may, because we don't know how it's going to pan out, but may have unearthed another little gem.
Well, it wouldn't be surprised, would it? It wouldn't be the first time. Smart decisions keep coming from the football club, whether it's on players or on managers.
Yeah.
You have to trust him. The decision making at that football club seems pretty full on. It's spot on most of the time. Last season, obviously with Roberto De Zerbi, one of the sort of things that he had said that made us feel as though his time was coming to an end, when we've kind of alluded to perhaps his thinking at Brighton was going in a different direction to where Brighton themselves were going. What Tony Bloom has said of Hürzeler is that he has a style of play that aligns with how we want a Brighton Hove Albion team to play. Says Tony Bloom that I'm confident it is one of our supporters will appreciate and enjoy. Yeah, and interesting what Kevin Hatchard said there about, a very attack-minded team, but the best defensive record. Yeah. We've talked to England about how they should play. One thing's for certain, if they're going to win the Euros, they're going to have a very good defensive record. Okay, it's not all about just getting goals. Of course, it's important and having style, but most teams that win things have the best defensive record.
Well, yeah, of course, that makes sense.
So, think about it.
Yeah, so that is the new man in charge at Brighton, the youngest ever Premier League manager, Fabian Hürzeler. And don't forget, on Tuesday, he will find out the Brighton fixtures when those Premier League fixtures are released. We'll bring them to you here on talkSPORT.
Was ist das? talkSPORT?